before we start, people on social media, mostly Instagram, they wanted me to ask, who's the worst mother in power, Monet or Rock?
I think both mothers can carry that title for different reasons. I think one we got to look at they doing the best they can with the cards that they had. So as long as you keep that in mind, I don't know, man. Again, like I think they both had different reasons for what they did. So it's kind of hard to quantify which one is worse because they both kind of just really grimy, tough stuff to their kids and kind of shook their whole world up. That's a tough one, but that's a tough one. I don't know. Who you feel is the worst one?
In my book is Monet. I'm like, because if you notice, none of them kids smile whenever she's around. Whenever the father
But
was
the
around,
joy out
she
of the
probably
room.
smiled. At least, at least with Rock, Kanan, and Jukebox, they smile at least.
Well, because there's still, I think, a shred of, I think with any sort of family type vibe, especially with us, we try to like play like, yeah, she's a terrible person, but there's always that benefit of that. It's always my mother. This is always, family. So we always try to bring it back to that core tie because that's what the show is about at the end of the day. It's about that family, that familial love, and what people are willing to do for each other.
Are you a sneakerhead? A baller? Want to know about the hottest brands you can lace up and run with? Well, get ready because we got all the details right here. It's Kicks and Bricks, where we got game on the streets and on the court. Here's your host, Jamel Cutler.
How has your life changed since you joined the Power universe? Like, do people stop you on the street and just basically start talking shit about the show?
Nah, I mean, people do stop me on the street, but I feel like it's been the exact opposite of talking shit. I mean, you get the people that obviously everybody's invested in what's going on, but it's always love when I step out in the city for real. It's a vibe. Everybody is it's just love. You know what I mean? Like everybody's hyped to see me. I'm hyped to see everybody. And we kind of just vibe out that way. We might get into a discourse about like, yo, why can't he do that shit, bro? Like what he do? Or they come up to me like, yo, why you do that? I'm not fucking with how you messing with famous right now. I'm like. Look, I wasn't messing with it either when I read the script. I had to like go talk to Sasha, and I'm like, this is what we doing, but that's part of the job. That's part of the story we telling. So it's fun, man. My life has changed exponentially. I feel like I'm even further in line with the things I'm supposed to be doing. So it's a blessing, man. I wake up every day and I keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep getting to do what I love. So,
Mhm.
I can just thank God for that and keep pushing.
One of my favorite aspects about Raising Kanan is like the fashion. Like, I just love 90s fashion.
Yeah.
Um, what are some of your favorite brands that were highlighted throughout the show? And like, do you have like a say so in like what your character gets to wear? Like a little bit?
Shouts out Shigay White, she's costume designer. She's in charge of all of that. But yeah, every time we get to step into like a fitting, uh, we yeah, it's kind of just another collab vibe. She pulls a bunch of different pieces, her and the entire wardrobe team, and they source a bunch of stuff over the off season, and they'll be like, boom, this is the clothes rack. And they already obviously have the pieces and the costumes that they want to put together, but they'll ask for my input, like, yo, which shoes you want to wear with this, or like, how do you feel about this jacket? And so it's a vibe, man. We've been rocking lately a lot with one of the episodes. I think it was what, like episode 301 or 302. Kanan has on like this green, it's like a NASCAR jacket, Benetton colors of the world. Shit is
Mhm.
crazy. So like that's one of my favorites to be rocking lately. Obviously, you got to go with like the polo, low life vibes.
Facts.
Any of the shoes they keep him in, he stays with the good kicks, good ones, good
Mhm.
Jordans, good Nikes. Obviously, the constructs. Sometimes they put him in the 40 belows, which is a vibe. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man, but just the '90s fashion, just the '90s vibe, especially in New York, shit is just like it's a vibe. So all of it is always fun.
Facts, man. I'm not gonna lie, like Lou got the coldest drip in the show.
Oh, for sure. Now they keep I might rival that with Unique. I might rival that with Unique. Unique got that
Oh yeah, I forgot about
shit
him.
always. always, but for sure, Lou, Unique, they just keep everybody fleet. And you can't have that conversation without talking about Rock. Like Miss Patina Miller has that on in every. I'm sorry, I'm grabbing my damn tea. Let me put that there for now. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? It's a whole collaboration between the actors, between the costumers, between hair and makeup. Um, and we all just kind of come together and bring y'all what y'all see on screen. They keep us looking all flea and nice and good. We just show up.
Do you like get to keep some of the pieces, like you're acting throughout the day, you're wearing it, and then be like, all right, I'll see y'all later.
If you walk out very quietly, you might be able to, but but because of I guess just the rarity in the pieces that we wear now, because it is original like '90s fashion and pieces, so you can't get like a lot of multiples of it unless you get it sourced and have somebody redesign it. So some of the pieces it becomes a little bit more of a fight, like kind of need that, and they're like, nah, we kind of need that. You know, it might be on commission, might be on loan, or it's just like maybe we just want to hack and wear it again. It's like, well, maybe I want to wear that in real life now. Like we saw it on, but but yes, every now and again, I get to take a couple pieces home, a couple kicks, a couple shirts that I like vibe with. So shout out to the wardrobe team.
Like you said, sneakers was like a big aspect of the show.
Oh, yeah.
I think Unique, he wore a lot of threes for some reason. Like, I don't know why.
I don't know either, man. I guess everybody sort of has like this signature shoe. You know what I mean? Something that kind of sits with your foot a lot. For me, for a while, it was like I'm getting more into dunks now, but for a while it was like ones. I'm starting to really love fours a lot lately. So, you know what I mean? Everybody has their kind of like signature look, signature silhouette of the shoe that they like to rock.
I'm more of a Jordan 2 silhouette, like the high top ones, though. I just like the silhouette.
I'm definitely high tops are always gonna be like my go-to for sure. I don't know what it is about it. It's just like that's the Jordan I said, bro. The four has been kind of taking me out of that lately. I'm like, okay, I could, maybe a little low, a little mid vibe. We could do that.
I forgot which episode it was in, but Kanan, he was rocking some Ewans. I think it was Kanan. Don't quote me on that.
I gotta go back and yes, he was. Yes, he was wearing some Ewans. The Ewans are always fun to wear. I love when they pull those out the box for me. I'm like, yes.
Were those like original from the 90s, or was it like a newer version, but they just kind of, constructed to make it look like an older?
Honestly, we'll have to talk to them. I feel like we've done a mix of both on this show. That's the beauty in the movie magic. I mean, it's like every now and then you get the original pieces, but sometimes we have people within our industry that like specialize in kind of just retrofit. I don't know the correct terminology right now, but like they specialize in duplicating and replicating just like more vintage pieces, fashion things, props, all of that.
Famous got a cold collection too on the show.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I feel like the fashion in the show is kind of in ways it partially reflects a lot of their personalities. You know what I mean? Like everybody has that 90s New York look, but each person individually, what they wear, it kind of speaks to, just like who they are as a person. I mean, it's dope. You see Marvin and Lou and Rock, who've been doing it for a while, so they're always in the, they Fendi'd and Gucci down and Fuji down or whatever it is. You see Kanan and Famous, who are like, they're making their way, they're making their rounds. They're the young bulls. They're around, the people who have the nicer stuff. So obviously they're getting that kickback, but they're also now making their own way, and that comes through in the personality and the colors that they wear. And that was just another way that I think there was like a flex and a floss in certain ways. It's just how you do certain stuff on it, certain colors and certain patterns that you kind of rocked at the time. Just kind of, it's another reflection of what you was going through, how you was feeling, what you wanted to tell the world.
If Ronnie makes it to next season, he should wear black Air Forces, because that dude would just be on demon.
Yeah, full black Air Force energy. Full. I feel like he might have been the originator of that, honestly. Was Ronnie the originator of like Black Air Force Energy? If we thinking about it, in like
I
that's,
think so.
I
Cause
think. Do we
dude on
think so?
demon time for no reason.
No reason at all. Like the moment he came home, you just immediately was like, oh. And shout out Grantham Coleman, man. That dude has been locked in playing his role, bro. Like, and it's so fun getting to work with him because to see his process, see his change, see his shift. He's fucking hilarious. I mean, he's a genius also as an artist, but like just to see how he breaks these sort of things down and just the fun he has in between takes and in between setups after playing such a like character. It's like it's a vibe, man. It's really fun. I love getting to work with the artists I work with, and I love Sasha and Five and everybody that's been on the creative team for putting me around all these artists, man. I mean, I'm soaking it all up, getting
You
on my
know,
stones.
a few weeks ago I was on the L train. I think I was going to Union Square. I forget where I was going. I was looking at my phone. I kind of look up and I see a dude with these black glasses, and I'm like, oh shit.
Wait a minute, wait.
It made me jump a little
You're
bit.
not supposed to be here. It's funny, bro. I've actually even been seeing a couple of
Yeah, the memes.
the Ronnie wave has been insane lately, man. Like we got people in GTA now. I've even went and made my character look like Ronnie in GTA sometimes, and like I see the memes like, yo, I saw Ronnie and Popeyes today. I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that,
go over this way. You know what
that
I
was
mean?
the first one I saw.
It's dope, man. It's love seeing all the people responding and receiving what's going on and actually kind of like drawing those real life cross references. Like, hey, wait a minute, you know what I mean?
Can you explain how pivotal like Ronnie is to Kanan's development, into a drug dealer as Kanan gets older and as we get closer to the OG power timeline?
The story is Raising Kanan, man. So again, everything we talk about in the show it's the people, the places, the environments, the things he was around that influenced and shaped him into the person he was. So Ronnie is no exception to that. I mean, he might as well be Uncle Lou or Uncle Marvin in terms of a positive, just a male role model in his life, somebody that he's seeing do the things that he aspires to. Um, and though he may be kind of weary of it at times, that's the thing about Kanan is he's really intuitive. He's always receptive to what's going on around him. So he's taking all of that knowledge in and he's gonna flip it and do his thing with it.
You know, yeah, where was I? My mind just went blank.
Be like that sometimes, bro. Let me know if I'm going off a topic shit too, please.
you know, what does like assuming he makes it out alive? Because like even though I have a screeners account, I just haven't watched the season finale because I want to be surprised and whatnot.
Respectfully.
You know, assuming Ronnie makes it out alive, what does the future hold for Kanan and Ronnie's relationship?
Man, again, you Raising Kanan. When you sit down on Friday nights and you turn on that Star show, you're seeing his rise. You're seeing him build his empire. You're seeing him build his world. So that just takes on, whatever the writers, whatever Sasha and whoever's in the room decides to, throw them into that gets us closer to the original Kanan that we know in OG Power. I mean,
You know what I just noticed about Ronnie and Kanan's relationship? It kind of mirrors Tariq and adult Kanan's relationship
uh-huh.
like a little bit. Like both hated I think Ronnie hates Rock and then like Kanan hates Ghost. So
Mm-hmm.
and they
Yeah,
both take kids against them, more or less.
there's definitely some like crossovers that you get to see kind of play out and you get to appreciate even more so about the work that got done on OG Power. Um, yeah, there's a lot of that sort of, like seeing yourself in that person. I think that's what Ronnie kind of sees in Kanan. Is you even see like I see you putting in this work type vibe. It's because since Ronnie's gotten home, he just wanted to get back to what he was doing, which was working, which was getting everything going. And it feels like everybody around him and everything around him has kind of been trying to stop him from doing that. And I think that's a thing that also Kanan had going is like, he wants to step out and be on his own, but his mother and his uncles and everything that his mother has built around him, she kind of is halting and trying to stop him from. So uh even in that scene where Ronnie invites Kanan to the parlay with snaps and pops and everybody's going around and fuck Rock. You see Kanan kind of, like, oh shit. But it's because in that moment, it's one of those things where I think Kanan feels seen by Ronnie in that same sort of way that Ronnie feels seen by Kanan. It's that same, like, all right, everything around me is kind of trying to stop me, but I'm gonna still get mine regardless. So that's what you see kind of building throughout their relationship. It's just them both wanting to go get it. They may have different ways of going about it at times, but that's their ultimate thread. That's the bond that they're building.
Like going into maybe like next season, as far as Kanan's relationship with Jukebox and Rock goes, like how can that get stronger based off the events of, this season?
Man, I think you're just gonna continue to see those relationships as you see any relationship, as you see the relationship even with Famous. It fluctuates. You know what I mean? There's ups, there's downs, there's ebbs and flows. People do things and people react. And that again is just what happens with his mother and with his cousin. I think you see a little bit more of a grace instilled with the relationship between Juke and Kanan because they've always been like this. They've always been tight. Juke is always the person that can reel Kanan in. A lot of the times they're each other's safe spaces. They're the place that they can go and kind of bounce whatever is going on in the world and hear a objective, clearer thought about what's going on from the other side. So again, that's just what you see unfold, and that's what you're going to see happening is just them figuring out who they are outside of that relationship, but also who they are within that relationship. Because as you start to develop your own individuality even more so, and you start to learn more about what you like and what you need, and that kind of just trickles down into how you start to react and enact with the people around you, the relationships that you already have built. You start to establish new boundaries and you start to carry yourself in different ways, talk different ways. The same sort of vulnerability is there. That person always knows you, but there's a different, evolutions. And that's really what it is. So you're going to see that relationship just evolve and continue to grow and diminish at times and wither away and come back. It's the whole thing, man. That's relationships. That's family.
Another big question people was asking when I announced this interview, they kept on asking when is young Tommy and Ghost is gonna appear.
Hey man, I don't know. I know Kanan I know he's still a couple years older than them. So I don't know how much story we still got to tell in terms of raising Kanan to get to that point. But I think that is something that again is part of the story. So who knows when it could come and when that sort of story starts to unfold or starts to rock out. But you gotta ask stars that one, Sasha and everybody else. I don't know, bro. I just show up and say the words.
I have a theory about who Breeze is. It can.
Okay, all right. Talk to me. Let's get into some theories for a minute.
I think Breeze is Ronnie. If he is, blink twice.
You waiting for it? I'm locked in. Nope.
I tried to get you on that.
What makes you think Ronnie's?
Because I remember a scene when adult Kanan was talking to Tariq. He was like Breeze he had his own regiments. Like every day, no matter what, he would watch Jeopardy. Like in all these scenes, he's always eating Honey Nut Cheerios and watching some weird TV show.
Oh, so
not Jeopardy.
Seeing the pattern in the regiment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my theory.
That's fair.
Who Breeze is.
I feel it. I still don't know who Breeze could be, yo. I definitely have been thinking, even poking around with that whole thing. I'm like, yo, he does move real in the wind, kind of just pops up. Breeze, is that what's happening? And Sasha's like, go to work. Stop it. Cut it out. I'm like, you're right. Okay. I'll leave it alone for now.
All right. Before you run out of time, I kind of want to pivot to the NBA. I seen you at the Knicks game the other day. Magic Johnson came up to you, gave you
Indeed,
some
man.
props.
It was
How do
crazy.
you
It was
feel
love.
to, be recognized by these legends and active players of the game who's like big shows, who's big fan of the show?
Bro, it's crazy. You know what I mean, like it always feels good to be in the spaces with people that you kind of look up to in a lot of ways. People that you take parts of their game and their life and you try to apply to yours. So when you see those sort of people out and they're giving you your props and they're showing you love, it feels good. It's dope to know that you're kind of going in the right way. I read The Alchemist, and they talk about good omens in the book, which is like just kind of reminders that you are doing the right thing, you're going the right way. And I kind of look at those sometimes. It's like just good omens that you're doing the right thing, you're in the right rooms, you're in the right spots, you're moving at the right pace. But yeah, that shit. I mean, Magic Johnson watching the show I'm on and being like, "Yo, I'm tuned in on Fridays." Like that. That shit was really wild. It was really fun, man. So
You
yeah,
know, Julius Randle, he's a big fan of the show too.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Drew's a fan of the show. Oh, that's fire. That's fire.
facts.
Was
I have to ask you, since you're from Jersey, Knicks and Nets.
I mean, it's a Knicks vibe. You know what I mean? It's a Knicks vibe. I
Mhm.
haven't been to a Nets game forever, but when they were here, when the Nets were in Jersey, it still probably was a Knicks vibe. I mean, but yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, real people from Brooklyn that's actually from Brooklyn, they don't even claim the Nets.
I mean, that's a new thing. You know what I mean? Like it's a concept that people are still getting used to, but it's always a Knicks vibe, man. Knicks is
Mhm.
always for love, and it's just classic ball there. Like even the game I went to was LA versus New York. It was the Lakers versus the Knicks. And I'm like, but like the energy in the building was just insane. You know what I mean? And that's what the Garden brings. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what that's what the Knicks bring for us.
What are the do's and don'ts of like sitting at courtside at what is it called? Celebro at the Garden? Because
Yeah,
one of my favorite pastimes, because they sit the media up on the bridge, right? So I kind
uh,
of look down.
word.
And one of my favorite things is, watching people on their phones, not paying attention, and then next thing you know, the ball coming at them.
And they just like, oh no, you have to be alert down there. There's too much going on. You never know what you're going to miss. You never know who you're going to see. And you just got to take that moment in. Like it's, obviously you got to do your little 1-2, check the phone, see what's going on, see if you know somebody that's there, like, yo, where you at? Type vibes. I'll see you at halftime, whatever. But nah, man, you got to be there. You got to be in that game. You got to let the players do their thing, lock in, especially you sitting right there next to them. You know what I mean? Like I get it. It's exciting. If they see you and they say what's up, that's whatever. But I personally, I don't know. Maybe that's just like my sort of thought process. I feel like when you see, because even I was sitting right there and watching Brian kind of just get into his zone, and I know what that is as an artist. I know what that is to be, getting ready to lock in, go to war, go to battle. So, everybody's like, oh, it was like, nah, man, y'all gotta let him get on his zone for real. Like, yeah, you gonna see what it is, and if you get to say hi after, you can say hi after, whatever. But that's another, do and don't of being at the games and have fun, man. That's it. So, I mean, it's a fucking NBA game. I've been cursing all over this damn thing.
No, 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 yeah, no, you
But
good.
it's an NBA game, man. You know what I mean? Have fun, see the sights, take in the energy, cheer to whatever is going on. You know what I mean? Like it's a good time in these spots for real.
Have you ever had that moment where you kind of like gazing out or just looking at your phone, and then next thing you know, like the whole world's coming at you?
Nah, I try personally, I try to keep myself super alert. Just again, that's one of the things I think I've been working on this year is just being more aware and present, really. So when I'm at the game again, like I'll do the little check-in, but as soon as ball drops, I'm like, all right, bet we here. Who possession is it? All right, we locked in right here. If it's a stoppage in play, they swapping out players. All right, cool. You can do the check. It's all about balance. But yeah, man, that'd be the vibe.
It'd be funny one day if Ronnie just popped up. at one of them games, just kind of just sitting there.
Just sitting there. Yo, imagine he did the tip off, like he's the honorary ref. He walks out just and just stands there for the first.
Michael Myers. I'll pay to see that, be honest with you.
That's primetime television right there. Need that.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mekai. I want to thank you for joining me today. What is your lasting message for people as they get ready for the season finale on Friday?
Hey man, I've been saying it all season. Just buckle up, and I've been trying to tell y'all. That's all.